I finally secured a decant. As many of you have requested for me to check out this fragrance, I'm finally going to check it out. This is another one of those fragrances that I picked a decant up from Decant House. In today's video, we're talking about Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male PARFUM. So stay tuned. So I have absolutely no clue what the hell the notes are on here. I've never looked into it. The only reason I even grabbed this is because I've had so many of you reach out to me in the comment section over the last at least 6 months or so, telling me that you'd like to hear my opinion on it. I need to try this. You think it's something I would like. I'm not breathing through my nose yet. I just gave myself 2 good sprays, as you can see by the, if it'll focus, nice little sheen right there. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to smell like Le Male. I have Le Male Summer 2013. I have Le Male in the Navy, and I have Ultra Male. So let's see if it has any relation to any of them. Okay, that is not what I was expecting. It smells like there's some iris in here. Maybe that's why you guys have told me I would like it. It smells like there's some iris, and it's definitely got a little powdery iris smell going. Almost a little hit of booziness, maybe. It's a little sweet, but not super sweet. It's surprisingly powdery in the opening. Okay, so those of you that thought I might like this, you're right. Immediately, I definitely like this. Dare I say love this. This is pretty damn good. This appeals to me even more, or at least as much, as the new Gentleman, the Privé. The new Gentleman EDP Privé. Reserve Privé, excuse me. I couldn't remember the full name because it's such a long name. Damn, this is good. Okay. This is one I may have to secure a bottle of. Yeah, I'd be amazed if there isn't iris in here, because that distinctively smells like a powdery iris. It's lovely. This is really good. This is really good. I can tell you right now, just this short amount of time into smelling this is every bit of an 8 out of 10 fragrance for me in my first impression. Easily. This is a very good fragrance. It's getting a little bit more powdery. I could see some guys thinking this is a little too feminine, but if you like iris, this is really damn good. This is really good, guys. This is definitely full bottle worthy for somebody that enjoys a powdery floral fragrance. I don't get a lot of the Le Male DNA. Very faintly resembles it. Like in the background, a little bit of vanilla and possibly some lavender here as well, to give kind of that aromatic vanilla feel that Le Male has. Might even be a little bit of mint in the background, but not distinctively. Maybe it's my mind playing tricks on me, but definitely has that aromatic appeal, and there's got a little bit of a vanilla sweetness type of smell to it. That little boozy hit that I got up top has kind of subsided. It's warmed up already. Like, this is not drastically changing, but it is starting to change a good bit from what the opening was. I never distinctively got any specific citrus or anything like that. I'm sure there's some sort of citrus in there. There's always at least one citrus note somewhere in pretty much every fragrance, but nothing that jumped out to me as juicy fruit, citrus fresh, anything like that. Damn, this stuff smells good. I'm very curious about these notes. I'm going to pull it up on my phone, see what the hell's in here. Okay, so I got it pulled up on Fragrantica, and apparently warm, spicy, vanilla, aromatic, lavender, powdery, iris, woody. All of those accords. I haven't gotten any woods yet. That ambery there is a warmth here, so that's probably that amber smell. So I've gotten the majority of these accords. It's kind of a straightforward fragrance, but let's see what this note breakdown is. So there's no booziness. Strange that I got that booziness, but cardamom is the top note. The mid is lavender and iris, so there you go. The base is vanilla, oriental notes, and woodsy notes. So the things I smelled distinctively, I couldn't tell that it was cardamom, but that makes sense now. There's a little bit of a sweet spice going on here. It's very warm, so cardamom makes sense. Maybe this is kind of the style of cardamom oil that they use for La Nuit de l'Homme, because that's a sweet, spicy, powdery type of cardamom. Definitely get the lavender and the iris. Pretty much from start to, I mean, we still got a ways to really dry down completely, but it's the most dominating things. The vanilla started to creep in. That cardamom's not going anywhere fast, though. Oriental notes, I don't know specifically what that's supposed to be. That could be spice, a combination of spices and woods. There's a little bit of woodiness here, but not something where I would call it a very woody fragrance. For me, like the main accords I get here is that powdery iris floral tone. I definitely get a lot of warmth, a little bit of spice, not heavy on the spice, more warm than it is very spicy. And then I definitely start to get some vanilla here, and it's very aromatic. The lavender plays a pretty heavy role here. This is really good. A little on the synthetic side, but not a very synthetic fragrance. This is kind of a mid-level designer smell. Very, I don't want to call it mass appealing, though I see this being a crowd pleaser, even for people that aren't specifically fans of iris. I think passing by somebody, this has the type of scent profile that can kind of captivate, because it's a little bit different. It's not your typical blue fragrance that somebody's going to, or fresh aquatic, that most people smell on a day-to-day basis when people walk by them. This has some character to it, because it's more of a floral dominant fragrance with the lavender and the iris, and they are very prominent. They are at the forefront. That's the main things I smell on my skin. This is damn good. Yeah, I'm going to need a bottle of this at some point too. Boy, the list never ends, huh? Fragrance enthusiast problems, I guess you could say. But yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm sticking with 8 out of 10 for my first impressions rating. Definitely a very good fragrance. Dare I say a great fragrance at the 8 out of 10 mark. I think this is a great fragrance. Very good would have fell into 7, 7.5. I think great is when you start to get in the 8 and 8.5 range. And this, Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum, I think this is a great fragrance. Well, that's my initial impressions on Le Male Le Parfum. A lot of you reached out to me, wanted me to try this. This is one that I don't even think I'm going to need to get through the decant, because I'm going to need a bottle. I'm confident I need a bottle of this. This stuff smells like it's really pushing off of my skin with just a little bit I've sprayed on my hands. And it's an iris fragrance, a really good iris fragrance. So naturally, I need to add it to my collection. So sooner rather than later, definitely by the fall, I would say, because we got warmer weather coming up. It doesn't necessarily make sense to add it to my collection right now, because it doesn't strike me as something I would want to wear in the summertime. A little bit heavier and kind of more powdery than I would really think would be good for the summer. But once we start getting closer to fall, I think will be the right time for me to try to secure a bottle and hunt down a bottle somewhere and try to find it for a decent price. But until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback and love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried Le Male Le Parfum, and what do you think about it? Please sound off in the comments. And if you're one of the ones that told me you're confident I would like it, feel free to say I told you so in the comments as well. All is fair. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Le Male Le Parfum and you give it a spray now, I don't know, there's a little chance you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.